I've never told anyone the full story of what happened that night. I think it's because once you say it out loud, it makes it more real. But I need to get this out, because sometimes I still hear the footsteps. It was late, maybe 1 or 2 in the morning, and I was home alone. My roommates had gone out of town for the weekend, and I was looking forward to a quiet night. Just me, some snacks, and a true crime series. I was curled up on the couch. Every light in the house was off, except for the faint glow of the TV. I'm not easily spooked, but something felt off. You know when the air in the room changes? Like it gets heavy? That's what it felt like. Then, there was a sound. At first I thought it was part of the show. A soft creak, almost like a door opening. I paused the TV, holding my breath, trying to listen. The house was still. Too still. But then, I heard it again. Louder this time. Another creak, followed by the unmistakable sound of a floorboard shifting under weight. Someone was in the house. My heart started racing, but I tried to stay calm. I told myself it was probably just the wind, or maybe I'd left a window open, but I knew. I reached for my phone, my hand shaking as I dialed 911. But before I could hit call, there was a loud thud upstairs, like something heavy had been dropped, and then the slow, deliberate creak of footsteps coming down the stairs. My breath caught in my throat. Whoever was in the house wasn't trying to be quiet anymore. They knew I was here. I slid off the couch as quietly as I could, keeping low to the ground, and crept towards the kitchen. There was a door there, one that led to the backyard. I remember thinking if I could just get outside, I could make a run for it. But then I heard the footsteps stop, right at the bottom of the stairs. I froze, crouched behind the kitchen counter, barely breathing. There was silence, complete unnerving silence. Then the unmistakable sound of someone dragging their hand along the wall as they walked, moving toward the living room, where I had just been sitting moments before. I peeked around the corner, and that's when I saw him. A dark silhouette standing in the middle of the living room, facing the couch where I had just been. He was tall, bulky, wearing something dark. Maybe a hoodie, maybe something worse. But his face, I couldn't see his face, and I didn't want to. He stood there for what felt like an eternity, just watching the spot where I had been. I don't know if he thought I was still there, hiding under a blanket or something, but I wasn't about to wait and find out. My heart was pounding so loud, I was sure he could hear it. I had to move. Slowly, I started inching toward the back door, praying it wouldn't make a noise when I opened it. My fingers wrapped around the cold metal handle, and I twisted as gently as I could. But the second I pushed the door open, it made a soft creak. That's when he turned. Our eyes met, and I swear to you, the look on his face, it wasn't shock, it wasn't surprise. It was like he had been waiting for me to make a mistake, and now he had found me. I bolted. I don't even remember getting out the door. I just ran barefoot across the backyard, not caring about the gravel cutting into my feet. I could hear him behind me, his footsteps pounding the grass, closing the distance. The fence. I had to get over the fence. I leaped for it, scrambling, clawing at the wood, hauling myself up just as I felt his hand brush the back of my shirt. I was too scared to scream, too terrified to even look back. I threw myself over the fence and into the neighbor's yard, hitting the ground hard. I ran. I didn't stop until I reached the front door and banged on it, screaming for them to let me in. The lights flickered on, and a moment later, the door flew open. I turned, half expecting him to be right there, right behind me, but he wasn't. The backyard was empty, silent. The police came later, but they didn't find anyone. No sign of forced entry, no footprints, nothing. It was like he was never there. But I know what I saw. Someone was in the house with me that night. I haven't been back to that house since. But sometimes, when I close my eyes at night, I still hear the sound of footsteps. And I wonder if one day he'll find me again.